Hi guys, Jody here. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I was thinking recently about all the haul videos that I've been posting lately, and when I decided to create a YouTube channel, it wasn't just with the sole purpose of creating haul videos. So I wanted to do something a little bit different tonight, and one of the things that I've really enjoyed watching before, don't get me wrong, I love watching haul videos on YouTube, love it. I love seeing what people have bought. I live vicariously through their shopping experiences, but I've seen some videos on like, what's it called, Project Tin Pan? Whatever it is, you know, where people show actually the products that they've used. They put themselves on spending bans until they've used X amount of products. I love seeing that. I love seeing people actually use their products. So months ago, before I actually even started making any videos, I put a little plastic bag aside, and sort of as I went through beauty and grooming sort of products, I decided to keep them, and I thought that would make a really interesting video one day, because it's one thing to buy a product, you know, because you've heard someone talking about it, but to actually finish the product and then be able to, you know, really give a good opinion, I thought is really valuable. I really enjoy seeing the empty product, and for me, obviously, someone who you know, does buy quite a bit of beauty products, it's great to see, oh, actually I do actually use some of this stuff, and there is some stuff going out the other side. There's a lot coming in, but there's also stuff going out as I use it. So I thought I'd post a video about products that I've used over the last few months, any empty containers that I have. Not a lot of these products are cosmetics. It takes me a lot longer to get through actual cosmetics, but I have a few things in here that might be of interest. So starting with the hair care, over the last few months, I have finished a couple of bottles of the Tresemme Heat Tamer Protective Spray, and I have talked about this, I think, in a favorite video before, or the only favorite video that I've made, but I love this. I use it every single day, whether I'm blow drying or using a straightener or a curling iron or hot rollers. I just love it. I think it keeps your hair really soft. I think it helps it keep it shiny, and of course nice and healthy with all the heat items that you use. I have a few hairsprays here as well. The John Frieda Collection Luxurious Volume Hairspray, All Out Hold Hairspray. I also have the Garnier Fructis Style Elastic Power Fix Volume with bamboo extract, and I have the Schwarzkopf Taft Hairspray. This is in Extra Strong Hold number 3, and also the L'Oreal Elnet Satin. I guess I go through a lot of hairspray, maybe 1 can a month, something like that. Anyway, so these are all fairly sort of light hold, I think. This is an old favorite. I've used, I think, quite a few of these, and I really have enjoyed this. It says it creates lift for high hold with lush body that lasts all day, and boosts volume in all 3 dimensions. I would recommend the John Frieda Collection. It's nothing too sort of stiff, much like all of these hairsprays really. This Elastic Power Fix, the Garnier one, I enjoyed that too. This is ultra strong in strength number 4. That was good. I thought you could pretty much brush that out. I don't know how effective that was though at holding style all day long. The Schwarzkopf Taft, I think, I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure if it had much hold. It does say that it's got extra strong hold, 24-hour hold, styling hairspray, but my mind's not made up about that. I used a whole can, but I'm not so sure. I have been really enjoying the L'Oreal Elnet Satin hairsprays. There are a few different types. This is the Stronghold. I think there's about maybe 3 or 4 variations out now in the Priceline stores in Australia. So I'm still trying to figure out what my favourite is. But I think that this does give quite good hold. It does brush out, so it's not tacky or sticky, and you know, I think it does quite a good job. If you're after a natural finish, it's not going to, you know, do any strong, crazy stuff. Also a couple of empty dry shampoos. I do use dry shampoo every second day. I have quite oily skin and oily roots, so I'll spray dry shampoo in my roots, underneath, all over, before I style my hair that second day that I haven't washed it. I have gone through a few cans of this. I just love saying it. I think this is available in Australia. I used to get this at Ulta in America. I really like this. This was quite cheap. I think I first bought it because it was the least expensive for the most. It's 4 ounces or 112 grams, and it's unscented. It's for normal to oily hair. I really like it. I really like that. and quite good value. I've also used the chlorine. This is more expensive. I can't give you exact prices. I did buy this one in Priceline, but I think you can get this in the States. Made in France. I'm not sure where you would get it. But I don't know if I was that impressed with it. I was expecting to be more impressed by this, and I wasn't. I don't think it actually did as good a job at making my hair less oily. I don't think it did as good a job at giving my hair volume. But they are the two dry shampoos that I've used. I would, out of those two, I would definitely buy the Psst again. I think, yeah, I'm currently using the Tresemme. I do like that. That's pretty good. It does have a slightly more, you know, whitish, that powdery look in my brunette hair, I would say, than the Psst does. So keep that in mind and have a little experiment. I have bought and repurchased a couple of these. These are the Schwarzkopf Hairstyling Volume Styling Blow Dry Spray. I will put that in my hair before, you know, while it's still wet, before I dry it out, just to give it some extra hold. The ideal product that I'm looking for, though, is, while I do like the Tresemme Protective Tamer Spray, I'm looking for one that probably gives a little bit more hold to your style. That is a heat protective spray. So if you have any suggestions, let me know about that. I have gone through a couple, I go through quite a bit of these, but basically at least every morning I use probably about 15-20 mils of whitening mouthwash. It's always the Listerine mouthwash. My favorite is the pre-brush rinse, but this is getting harder and harder to find. I first started buying this in the States, and then I was really happy when I found it available in Australia. I find that, you know, it just does a really good job of maintaining your white teeth. I've used the Crest white strips, the advanced 3D effects, I think, for quite a few years now, maybe 3 or 4 years. I love those for a teeth whitening product. In Australia, you can get it from eBay for just under $50. They'll ship that to you from the States. But the Listerine whitening, I use this every single day. I rinse it around in my mouth. It says for 30 seconds, I think, before you brush. Oh, 60 seconds. But I would say I do it for a few minutes while I'm washing and shampooing my hair and cleansing my face. So I love those whitening mouthwashes. Also, yes, an empty couple of canisters of these, the Almay oil-free eye makeup remover pads. I posted about these, I think, in a favorites video, but I love those. I use one of those every single night for taking off my eye makeup. I'll actually do that after I've cleansed my face. So I'll use a makeup remover and or cleanser. I always use cleanser. I don't always use a makeup remover. It just depends which makeup I'm using, if I'm using anything waterproof. But I'll cleanse my face one way or another, always with cleanser, sometimes also with a makeup remover wipe. And then I'll always remove the rest of my eye makeup, anything that's remaining, with an Almay eye makeup remover wipe. Love these. I don't go a day without them. As far as cleansers go, speaking of getting a clean face, these would be my two favorite cleansers that I have used over the years. I am now using a mixture of Cetaphil. I use Cetaphil every single day with a Dermanew. It's like a not really a cheap Clarisonic actually, but a Clarisonic competitor, I would say. The Dermanew, it's like a battery operated vibrating face brush. I use that every single morning with Cetaphil in the shower. I really like that. That's the oily skin cleanser. I think that does quite a good job of getting makeup off. Usually at night I will cleanse my face with Cetaphil, and then I'll follow up with the Arbonne cleanser that I use. But this probably is a cleanser that I have used for maybe 5 years. The Neutrogena Deep Clean Invigorating Cleanser, Ultra Foam Cleanser. I remember when Jennifer Love Hewitt was doing the advertising for Neutrogena. I don't know if she is anymore, but she would say Deep Clean Invigorating Cleanser. I just remember it was always Deep Clean. I always think of Jennifer Love Hewitt when I look at this label. Anyway, it's the Neutrogena Deep Clean Cleanser. I really like that. Comes in a light blue bottle. Awesome. I really like the way it comes out on your hand as a foam. It does have a tingly cool boost, so it makes your skin feel really nice and fresh. It does a great job at removing makeup, so I would thoroughly recommend that, and I would thoroughly recommend the Cetaphil, which of course comes dermatologist recommended as well. Doesn't actually contain soap. If you have acne problems or irritated skin, Cetaphil is supposed to be quite good for that. So onwards and upwards with the face. Couple of empty primers here, the Smashbox Photo Finish Light and the Rimmel Fix and Perfect. There has been a time when I have been really quite impressed with the Rimmel Fix and Perfect. It says it smooths skin and minimises pores. I guess I've got quite large pores, but I haven't been overly impressed with this one's ability to minimise pores. And I have not been overly impressed with the Smashbox's Photo Finish Light's ability to contain oil throughout the day. It is oil-free, an oil-free foundation primer, and for what you're spending, I expect more. I've used the Hourglass primer and the Arbonne primer just in terms of more expensive primers, and I'm much more impressed with those than I am with the Smashbox. I know this is actually a favourite of a lot of people, so you know, keep that in mind, that they just work differently for different people and different complexions and skin types, but definitely not a favourite of mine, and I would not repurchase the Smashbox. Rimmel Fix and Perfect, just a nice, you know, if I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on primer, that is one I would buy again, and in fact that is a repurchase, this one here that's finished. Also, so there's not much, well, there's no sort of finished actual cosmetics here in this collection, but I do have a finished sample of the Chanel Matte Lumiere SPF 15 foundation. I did like that so much that I did buy a full-size bottle. I thoroughly recommend, of course, whenever you can, using a sample before you lay out the money for a full-size foundation that's going to sit in your drawer and not be used. I was very impressed with that. I got it in a colour that was too light. She didn't have it in my colour. She gave me the 20 Claire Intensity 1.0, but I mixed it with some other foundations, or I put it on and I would put, you know, some darker powder over it or something. I found a way to make it work, but I was quite impressed with the finish of this throughout the day. So I did purchase the full size of the Matte Lumiere. On to some other products. So an empty MAC Fix Plus. Really like that for just refreshing your face throughout the day. Really like that for, I don't know if it sets your makeup throughout the day, but they say, or in the morning I should say, but they do say it's nice to spray on your face before foundation. I've never actually used it for that. I have used it to refresh some gel eyeliners. I do use it to wet my brush if I'm using a, you know, foiled effect or a wet pigment look, or if I'm using an eyeshadow wet, I'll use MAC Fix Plus. And I do use it for, you know, if I have powdered my face that day, just to finish off my face and make it look, you know, not quite so powdery. Also was quite impressed with the Sidious oil-free makeup remover wipes. These ones I of course bought in CVS, from CVS in America. A lot of people post, I think, that the Neutrogena ones are their favourite. I thought these did just as good a job, the CVS oil-free makeup removers. Now I think I'm using in the pink packet, same thing like this, but it's Johnson & Johnson's. I think I got that from Priceline, and I really like those. I do have a few finished perfumes. I know I recently posted a video on some perfumes that I've used, but it's really nice when you actually use a bottle and know that you've gotten, you know, good use of it. So I have finished off a Chanel No. 5. That was probably my third ever bottle of Chanel No. 5. I love it. It's just a nice classic fragrance, and I do often get compliments when I wear that. Just beautiful. And of course it was Marilyn Monroe's favourite. That is all she wore to bed sometimes, so they say. Also Chanel's Allure. I just find that a really sort of sensual, it's a more mature sort of scent. Great for nighttime, but I love Chanel Allure, or Allure. Love it, great. And also Hanai Mori, I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but the Hanai Mori. This is just a really sort of light, sweet, floral scent. Got that from Sephora. There's a tiny little bit left in there, but love it. It's sort of, if you like Moore's Marshmallow, you would sort of like this scent. It's more of a candy sort of floral perfume. Another couple of products I would recommend before I run out of time is the Essence of Beauty Brush Cleanser. I know Priceline sells their own brand of brush cleanser, and I would thoroughly recommend that for giving your brushes a spot clean at the end of every morning. Keeps them in good condition, takes the colour off from that morning, so you're not mixing colours the next time you go to use that brush. And then of course you could use like an antibacterial hand wash to clean your brush once a week, once every other week. And lastly, my 2 bottles of Clinique Even Better Skin Tone Corrector or Dark Spot Corrector, depending on what country you buy these from. These aren't cheap. I think they're about maybe $100 each in Australia, obviously less in America. Don't think it did a fantastic job, but worth a mention nonetheless. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you again really soon. Bye.